Fancy something a little cozier? You've come to the right place. Disappearing into a nice, wholesome game can really make all your worries melt away. And we've got some great picks to melt into. From scrapbooking to simming, brewing coffee to becoming toast, we've got a fresh batch of wholesome games to make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So grab your G715 wireless gaming keyboard from the Aurora collection, maybe even throw in your G735 headset with cute customizable earcups whilst you're at it, and get ready for a whole lot of wholesomeness. First up, we have Season, A Letter to the Future, a soothing, meditative adventure game all about collecting memories and scrapbooking in the lead up to a potential apocalypse. There are few hobbies more wholesome than scrapbooking. Granted, it's always more relaxing when there isn't an imminent cataclysm threatening to erase everything, but listen! Wind chimes. Season is a wonderfully calming game that you can take at your own pace. And by take at your own pace, we mean forgetting about every other aspect of the game in favour of losing hours upon hours trying to make your scrapbook look just right. Now, if there's one surefire way to spot a wholesome game, it's whether or not they have a playable ukulele you can strum to your heart's content. Luckily, with our next entry, you can do exactly that, with the added bonus of being on a tropical island. Tchia is the new sandbox adventure game where you can play as, well, basically anything. That, yep, you can play as it. I see you looking at that rock, you can play as that too. The possibilities are nearly endless in this adorable and immersive game inspired by New Caledonia. One more before you go? Nice. We'll never get tired of this mechanic. Say so to our next entry, the recent expansion for The Sims 4, Growing Together. This is a wholesome game. As has always been the case with The Sims, it all depends on how you play it. And with the Growing Together expansion adding in more nuanced relationships between Sims, you could potentially build families and friendships that are closer than ever, and reach milestones with your Sims children that will warm your heart. Or you can develop rivalries, instigate breakups, and generally play Puppet Master to every type of dysfunctional relationship you can imagine, which is, slightly less wholesome. Regardless of whether your Sims children grow up to resent them though, the outfits are undeniably cute. Next up, we have Outlanders, a strategy game. We know, not usually the first genre to come to mind when you think of the word wholesome, all about building a settlement for a bunch of charming folk in search of a simpler way of life. It's a peaceful, conflict-free city builder that's less about building and conquering, and more about befriending and creating. Your inhabitants will live out their lives in the world you make, and you'll get to watch on like a proud, omnipotent parent. Pretty wholesome, right? On the hunt for something wholesome, you'd be hard-pressed to find anything that feels more like the video game equivalent of a warm hug than a game all about everyone's favourite childhood pastime. We are, of course, talking about Lego. Fun to play with, less fun to step on. But luckily, Lego Bricktales takes all the pain out of those brilliant little bricks and leaves us with a game all about solving puzzles and bringing our creations to life. You'll be helping your grandfather restore his beloved amusement park by using a mysterious device that runs on happiness crystals. Name an in-game collectible happiness crystals and you'll guarantee yourself a spot on our list. Well played, Lego. Well played. Next up, we're calling the concept of wholesome into question in a game that isn't even about a whole person. No, in Henry Halfhead, you play as, you guessed it, half of a head. Henry isn't just half of a head, however. He's half a head with the ability to inhabit any objects of his choosing. In this cute and quirky sandbox game, you'll be rolling around and becoming everything from the knife to slice your bread to a toaster to turn that bread into breakfast. Hop, roll and jump your way around this wholesome story, and just make sure you find a nice hat for Henry, okay? He deserves the best. And finally, let's wind down with a nice peppermint tea in Coffee Talk 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. This sequel to the heartwarming interactive fiction game Coffee Talk has us returning to the late-night cafe in the heart of a fantastical version of Seattle. to listen to our patrons' problems whilst fixing them up with a perfect brew to take their mind off things for a little while. All whilst a delightful lo-fi soundtrack and the pattering of rain takes us into the early hours of our shift. It's the perfect blend of fantasy and reality in a wholesome, freshly brewed package. Let's take ours to go, shall we? And there we have it, a healthy dose of wholesome to brighten up your day. Which game are you diving into first? Let us know in the comments, drop us a like if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe to the Logitech G channel for more videos like this one. If you already subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're always kept up to date with new videos from us.
Oh, Bisha.